Guys, welcome to the channel. As you can see, a nice background today. This is not AI, this is actual real life. This is a view from my home. I just thought I'll give you something else to look at. You might see some birds flying, you can hear them also in the video. Today we're going to talk about this whole confusion that has been created by the community of manifesting and law of attraction folks. They are confused and they have confused a lot of us into believing all sorts of nonsense about frequency and vibrations, and if you hold a thought for 17 seconds, then this happens, that happens. We are forgetting the most important component in this entire thing, which is us, ourselves. We are the operant power. We are the one that is making everything happen. Just doing some techniques on the outside or just affirming something 10,000 times. Do you think that's how nature intended? Do you think that this whole world has been set up in that way so that you have to do something 10,000 times, repetition, and only then you will get? No, it goes against the whole God principle, right? That if you are the God of your reality, does God need to do it 10,000 times? It sounds quite funny, right? Or does God need to write something down in a journal and only then some? No. Does God need to visit their childhood trauma? No. So if you are going by the assumption that you are the God of your reality, then there has to be a more efficient way of doing things, and the more efficient way of doing is the law of being. You get into your life what you are being every moment. It took me a long time to understand this. I think I'm still sort of getting it, because it's too much responsibility to take at once. That means that everything that has happened in my life so far, including a lot of the unnecessary, undesirable, hurtful things, they've happened because of me. It's too much responsibility to take, but the responsibility also gives you an edge because it also gives you power. That means that now I can, going forth, now I can change it. But it's sort of vague and I have tried to understand it myself. So let me break this down for you. What is the law of being? See, your thoughts about a subject, your most dominant thoughts, the most uh, habitual thoughts about a certain subject will give you a glimpse into what you are being, the law of being. For example, if you are somebody who blames an entire gender, who has a huge bias against an entire gender, and you blame uh, this particular gender whenever there is a breakup that you hear of, or how one gender is constantly victimized. Oh, men are always like this, women are always like that. If you are somebody who does that frequently, who do you think you're being? Are you being a happy person? Does that sound like somebody who's in love, who believes in the institution of love? No. If you are somebody who is constantly complaining about money or the scarcity of it, who's constantly complaining about how other people have more of it, do you think that's an indication of being somebody who is absolutely abundant? No. Because if you actually observe the rich people, wealthy people, abundant people, people in love, people who are constantly healthy, they don't complain about these things. Now you might say that they don't complain about it because they don't have the problem, therefore they don't complain. No, but it's actually the other way around. They don't have the problem because they don't complain about it. It has been a bit of a tough pill for me also to swallow, but this is the absolute truth. I hope that you guys won't delay in accepting this, because this is life changing. The more you become that which you want to be, from moment to moment to moment to moment, the faster that state of you being that will come. Let's take the example of abundance or wealth. Earlier when someone used to say that wealth is a mindset, it used to really piss me off. Wealth is not a mindset, wealth is actual. You need to have, then you have to spend it judiciously, and then blah blah blah, all that. No, wealth is a mindset. You can get rich for sure, you can get a certain amount, but being wealthy, being abundant is a whole different ball game. And for that you need a distinct shift in mindset. Like to go from a certain slab of income to the next slab of income, you will notice that you need to change your mindset, otherwise it doesn't happen easily. Or even if it does happen, then the problems also grow with it. Like I've heard of this instance so many times, that sometimes people manage to double their income or even triple their incomes, but then even the bills go up or some sudden expenses come, and ultimately net it's the same thing. We have been taught to be insecure about the outflow of money, and when the inflow of money comes, we have been taught to just hold on to it. Do you think a rich person, a person who knows that I generate money easily, if that's the mindset that an abundant person has, do you think they really worry about every penny that they spend? They don't. So you have to become that first in order for this outside to change. See, so many of our scriptures, so many philosophies in the world have called this the dead world. So many of our scriptures have called this a Maya, an illusion. You know, even in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna constantly tells Arjun to not be swayed by the outside world, not be swayed by pain and pleasure and the pairs of opposites that we have, happiness and sorrow. Don't be swayed by that, because this is a mere illusion. What does it mean? You can actually touch this, so how is this an illusion? This is real according to us. By illusion, it means that this is impermanent. This can change. All of this can change. This mountain can change. This house can change. Your body also is a part of this illusion. That can also change. So to change that, you have to be something else in every now moment, every now, so much so that it becomes your dominant thought, and then this changes. And when you start enjoying this, the version inside, whether or not you have a certain amount in your bank, or whether or not you live in a certain place or not, it stops bothering you, and that's when you will actually know that you have shifted your mindset. Taking a personal example, I have also struggled with the concept of abundance. Like I said, when someone used to say to me that wealth is a mindset, it used to irritate me a lot. But now I don't think so much about the amount that I want, but the life that I want. It's a sort of a 360-degree view, because I want everything. I'm not just insecure about just like one thing and that's it. If I solve this, then everything else. I don't have that view anymore. I want to better everything. I want all of it, how much ever is possible. And for God, everything is possible. So this also translates into self-image, self-concept. Like, you will truly know that you've shifted when the same problem that used to bother you before doesn't bother you now. The same bills that when they used to come, you used to feel your heart racing and you could feel the pit in the stomach. When you don't feel that anymore, that's when you know that you've truly shifted. You'll know that you've truly shifted when you don't hesitate before investing in yourself. You don't hesitate before actually investing in the market, for example, or before buying something. So that's it. So you have to be that constantly, again and again and again and again. And what will happen is that your old identity of that insecure person will show up every once in a while. It will show up. That's the ego. That ego will try to keep you safe, because that's your identity, right? You've identified with that old version so many times, so it will pop up. It will fight with you when you're trying to become this new version. It will say, oh, just because you've got some extra income, you think that your problems have been solved. No, here, take this bill. A bill will manifest. It will try to shake you out of this new version that you're trying to become. But that's the exercise. That's the philosophy that we have been told again and again, that you need to be not affected by the outside, the ego, the illusion. And even if a bill comes, you say, no, I'm still wealthy. It will appear out of somewhere. I am wealthy. I am just going to be reposed in myself. Sthita prajna. That is the meaning of that. Sthita prajna is not just becoming a grey person, a dull person who's unmoved doesn't become happy. Even if something really happy happens, spiritual people become so boring sometimes. They are all like, I don't care about happiness also. That's wrong. That's wrong. This, just look at the world outside. Just look at your own mind. It is so colorful. Do you think God has, nature has given all of this to us only to subdue it in meditation? No. Use it. So use your mind, use these affirmations in order to just become this new identity. But know that affirmations by themselves don't mean anything if from inside, if you have not decided to change. So that's the law of being. See you in another video. I hope you like this new background. Let me know if you like this. I'll try to shoot here more often. Take care of yourself. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Almost forgot.